coming off that difficult loss to Pomona. They went double overtime, some home cooking last night for you guys. How good did it feel to get back on track last night?
It felt really good. We needed that just as far as for confidence. I thought it was really good that our whole team got to get in there and everybody kind of contributed in their own way. That was a slugfest on Saturday night. We played really hard down there. It was a great game. So it's nice to come back home and get a W and kind of have a good week going forward.
And you guys got the win last night, but a great opportunity for you guys last night to kind of have everybody in there, getting some court time. How valuable was it to do that?
Very, because we've had somewhat of a short rotation, for conference play right now, kind of what happens. And so you need to pick your spots where, the young guys, the guys that haven't been playing as much can get in there and contribute. And like I said, I think, in all sports, confidence is a big thing. So, it gives them confidence going forward. Hopefully it gives us a great week of practice, very competitive. And it just makes us better as a group going forward.
Let's talk about Saturday's matchup. Pomona, you just faced them over the weekend. It's always tough to play on the road. You really need to get that victory to take a Pomona team that seems like they always have some great teams, but taking the double overtime says a lot about the Jacks and how hungry they are trying to get that first conference win.
It was a slugfest. I mean, it was one of the best games that I've been involved in since coaching here. Just as far as the all-out effort, and I'm talking energy from the bench. Coaches were fired up, players were fired up from the get. Sometimes we have a tendency to maybe come out a little bit slow. That could be first half or second half. I thought, we were ready the entire game. It was just one of those games where it came down to great shots and getting stops, and they got one more than we did.
Facing a team, so close together. I mean, you played them Saturday, you played them on Saturday. A good thing, a bad thing? I mean, obviously you guys are out for revenge, but, talk about just, is it good or bad?
I think it's good, and I guess I'm coming from more of a player perspective. You should be very comfortable, very familiar with who you're going up against. I think, as coaches, you can maybe get a little sideways and try to over-prepare. But I think it's going to fall down to, our guys. They should know a little bit of the tendencies of the guys from Pomona. Hopefully they'll be able to, use that as an advantage on Saturday. Plus the feeling of that heartbreaking loss, which it was, because when you put everything out there and you come up a little bit short, it's heartbreaking. But I think it also fueled us through this week with the Linfield game. We did a good job of preparing on a short. It was a full travel day on Sunday, so did a great job preparing Monday. I think it gets us ready for this week, and I think that taste is still in our mouth. And so hopefully we'll come out with that energy, that intensity, and be able to use that as a positive going forward in Saturday's matchup.
A lot going on this week. You guys are back, finals. Guys, I'm sure looking forward to going home, opening some presents. But how, as the coaching staff, are you guys keeping the players focused as you guys have a contest on Saturday?
Yeah, I guess probably going back to when I played for Coach Wood, it's always been an issue. Every team's different. A couple years ago, we had Brian Morris in that group. We had a nail biter down at UCSD. I know a lot of those guys were probably thinking, hey, I got a flight at 10 going out of San Diego to get back up to Portland. So I know that's always in the back of their mind. And finals is very mentally draining. Because you got to put a lot of effort in. We do our fair share of traveling, so I know a lot of these guys have been working hard, studying on the road, and I think being at home is a little bit different. It seems like in years past we've been on the road, like I said, so people are kind of figuring out how they're going to get back home. But I don't think that'll be a problem this Saturday. I think all of our guys know they're going to be taking off on Sunday, so they have plenty of time, and it shouldn't be. Hopefully, it won't be an issue this year.
Pomona knows what you guys do, vice versa. How much preparation is there for, a game that you guys know a lot about one another?
It's hard, because you got to do a good job of looking at the things that you did well, and you want to execute those things, obviously. And you got to really take a hard look at the stuff that obviously you didn't do well. So, we got to refine some things, absolutely. We just don't want to tweak too much. We don't want these guys out there, thinking too much on the court. We want them reacting, playing, doing what they do best. Obviously, when you allow a player to play, usually 9 times out of 10 they're going to make the right choice. So we don't want to slow them down with too much, but we're going to definitely look at what we can do defensively, how we can rebound better, because that was an issue. But there's a couple little things that we obviously need to take a look at, and maybe put in a couple of little new wrinkles to things for sure.
Cool. Kind of going off of that, obviously, for a good part of the game you're having success against Pomona. Do you try and change much from what you guys did, or do you just kind of with the success you guys had, just try and keep it as consistent as possible?
It's really hard, especially against a team like Pomona. I think the nature of coaching is, hey, it's working, let's stick with it, or hey, this isn't working, we got to get out of it. But going up against Pomona, they do a really good job of making their adjustments within their matchup zone. So when they come out at second half, they can give you different looks. So I think it's a balancing act. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. You mentioned it a little bit, just kind of coming out a little flat, either beginning of the game or beginning of the second half. What, as a coach, can you try and do to prevent that, if anything?
I think you prepare your guys. You do your best job of preparing them so they feel very comfortable. I think when your team is prepared and they feel like they know what is going to be going on out there, they'll do a great job of coming out and responding. So I think we just got to do a great job of preparing these guys, and they got to do a great job of mentally getting up for the challenge. You can't wait till somebody hits you to wake you up. You got to be the first one to kind of throw that punch.
Cool.